Good morning YouTube, good morning Facebook. This is Dan Budd from Funky Punk Music, Ukulele Jam, Ukulala here. Today we are going to be streaming to you in the morning obviously, and we're going to be learning to play It Must Be Love by Madness, or Labi Siffre obviously, depending on which version you particularly like. Let me just play it through for you first of all, and then we'll go through it for the next while, work out all the bits. If you're on Facebook, if you started there, then in the comments section below the link that I posted, you'll find the sheet for It Must Be Love as a picture. Otherwise, you can go to www.ukulelejam.co.uk/songs, and you'll find it in there. I think it's in Songbook 2, page 8. You might find it in other places as well. Okay, in A minor. Okay, so let's give this a go, shall we? 2, 3, 4. I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do. And I never thought I'd feel this way, the way I feel about you. As soon as I wake up every night, every day, I know that it's you I need to take the blues away. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best. 2, 3, 4. How can it be that we can say so much without words? Bless you and bless me. Bless the bees and the birds. I got to be near you every night, every day. I couldn't be happy any other way. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best. 2, 3, 4. And then the riff. 3, 4. 4. 2, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. Ba, ba. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. As soon as I wake up every night, every day, I know that it's you I need to take the blues away. It must be love, love, love. 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 Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Fade out. Na Now, apologies, it's early this morning and I was up till 4 o'clock dealing with teenagers, so I'm a little bit bleary this morning, but no excuses for mistakes. Um, but you get the idea of that. So that's our song, It Must Be Love in Madness. Now, for any posh musicians amongst you, like piano players or classical musicians, you may, or if you've got friends, and it's okay if you do, friends who are posh musicians, they may look at these chords and say, oh, that's not strictly the right chords. If I was playing it on the piano or the bassoon or something, we might be like, oh, that's not quite the kind of way that we would play it. What I've done is done a version that works for ukulele. So a couple of the chords may kind of sound a bit wrong on other instruments, but for ukulele, this is just like, for me, the best way of playing it. So we've got a bunch of chords. We need to talk about those and look at those, and then we've got this bridge tab down the bottom, which is like the solo, the mid 8 in the song, the instrumental bit, and all of that. So let's start with the chords. Excuse me. We're in the key of A minor. When we're in the key of A minor, we need the family of C major. So that's C, F, and G. And then if we want to add some minor chords, the first minor chord we add is A minor. That's the cousin, the relative minor of C major. The cousin of F is D minor. And if you look carefully, there's no D minor in there. The cousin of G is E minor. There's definitely E minors in there. And you can do the 3-fingered version or the 4-fingered version. I won't even mind if you do the 2-fingered E minor 7th in there, because that's quite a nice version for this song as well. So we've got those chords, but you can still see we've got a few extra chords in there. We've got some chords where we've got added numbers and added letters, like the A minor plus 9, A minor added 9th. All that is an A minor, and then we've taken the 9th note of the scale of A minor and added that in as well. Now you might say, well, hold on, aren't there only 8 notes in the scale? Well, you just keep going. So once we've got past the 8th note, which is back to the original starting note, A, then we add the next note on after that, the 9th note, which is B. So it's an A minor added B, and we try and add it in the higher register rather than down low sort of thing. Good. G, C, G sharp. Well, that's just like a special effects chord. So I always find it's helpful, excuse me, to identify what the role of each chord is in a song or a piece of music. So you've got your staple chords, like the family of C, C, F, G, A minor, E minor, and then you've got chords that are kind of special effect firework chords, chords that are there just to kind of do a very specific job for a short amount of time, just to kind of wake people up in the morning. Then you've got chords that are like transition chords, passing chords, stepping stones I sometimes call them, so chords that enable you to get from one chord to the next chord. So there's a really funny named chord on there that you're unlikely to play too often. A minor major 7th, A little m, big M 7, A minor major 7th. So it's like a hybrid between a minor chord and a major chord, or major 7th chord. So A minor major 7th. So that's a really odd sounding chord. A little bit discordant, but it's meant to have that bite to it. And then we've got some 7th chords, and again, those are just meant to be flavorings of the main chords. We've got D 7th, that's just a flavoring of D. A minor 7th is a flavoring of A minor, just adding a bit of extra taste to give a bit of variety to our music. Remember they say variety is the spice of life. Well, we have that in music as well, where a bit of variety in our melody or in our chord structure, which the melody is built upon. A bit of variety in our music just makes things interesting for the listener, and that includes you. You've got a pair of ears, presumably you're listening to your own music. So for all of us listening to what we're playing, including you, we want to make it interesting. The 7th chords give that kind of variety. Okay, let's go through the song from the top. We've got the intro, and the intro also forms part of the verse. So if you look at the intro, we've got A minor, A minor ninth, 4 strums of each one. Those slashes mean strum it again. So it's A minor again, again, again. That's 4 strums of A minor, and then 4 strums of A minor ninth times 2. Repeat that little section, and then we get into the verse. You'll see it does the same. A minor, I never thought. A minor ninth, A minor ninth, and then a little G section, and then the third line, A minor ninth, A minor ninth, and then a slightly different G section there, and that's the verse. Okay, so if we get this intro done, then we've done probably about 15% of the song already, nice and easy. Now, it doesn't matter which finger you use for A minor here. We could stick with the classic second finger, or you can use your first finger, whatever you want. Okay, I wouldn't use your third finger, first or second finger for A minor. And for the ninth, for this B note, just use the next finger, or you can use your first and third finger, whatever you fancy. Okay, both are in the 2nd fret. Top string for A minor, bottom string for the added ninth, the B note. Okay, so 4 strums of the A minor, then add that note. Off, on, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, A minor. 1, 2, 3, on. 1, 2, 3, off. 1, 2, 3, on. 1, 2, 3, off. 1, 2, 3, on. Off. On. Good. Okay, and you can hear the riff now in the original, the Madness version that I grew up listening to. That's probably played with a piano. Da 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 da, and it's quite, in the original, quite staccato. That's not a type of coffee. Staccato is where we have short, sharp notes. Da 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 da. You notice that extra da da note in there, so we'll have to try and incorporate that as well. So we want to try and mute this to give it a staccato feel. So I'm going to use my 2nd finger for the A minor, my 3rd finger for the added ninth, and then I might use one of my other fingers to mute the strings. Let's see what I do. Or I might use my right hand to mute. And this is going to give us a staccato feel like this. Okay? Look, I'm using my little finger just to lightly touch the strings. I strum and then touch the strings with my little finger. Okay? And then go to that one. Not meant to be a precise science, or maybe it is, but for us on the ukulele, we're just trying to convey kind of something of the original music. So don't worry if you don't get that perfect. It's going to be a little bit messy, adding extra fingers to mute, but it gives the kind of the impression of staccato. Da da da, and that extra da da beat, what we want to do is to strum up. Okay, so it's very much down. It's a bit like hammering a nail. Dun 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 dun. That is the feel we want for this. It's like marching, okay? Da, 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 up, down, 2, 3, 4, up, down, 2, 3, 4, up, down, 2, 3, 4. Now you can do the up however you want. I'm just going to use my thumb to go up, and I'm going to clip a couple of strings, not all. I'm not trying to strum all 4 strings. I'm just going to clip the bottom couple of strings on the way up, and then down, 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 up, down, okay? Let's give it a go from the A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. That's the kind of feel that we want. It's like a walking down the street, kind of with intention, dun, dun, dun. Not angry, just, you know, thoughtful and kind of on a bit of a mission, or just consumed by thoughts and therefore kind of walking a good pace. That's the feel that we want for this. Okay, so that gives us the intro and the first half of the verse. Let's try the intro and the first part of the verse, and I'll sing it in my croaky 10 o'clock in the morning voice. Having only got 4 hours sleep, and let's see how it goes. So do join in with him. Make sure you're in tune. That's about right. Ready? It's a bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. I never thought I'd miss you half as much. Stop as I do. Get ready. Bop, 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 A minor. And I never thought I'd feel this way, the way I feel about you. Down, da 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 down, down, da 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 down. Listen to this, da 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 dum 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 dum. Okay, and that's the verse. Okay, then we've got the pre-chorus and then the chorus. So all these names. Just to say about the names of the parts of the song, they're not hard and fast, and it's more about you recognizing, as a musician, recognizing what is the structure of the song. And part of that is identifying what each section is there to do, if you know what I mean. So the bit we just played, down to the way I feel about you, that's clearly the verse. We've got a second verse, how can it be that we can say so much? And that's just a repeat but different lyrics. So that tells us that that's the verse. The E minor section, as soon as I wake up, that bit, we're going to call that the pre-chorus. Excuse me. Pre meaning before, and before the chorus. And then the chorus, it must be love. So as soon as I wake up every night, every day, I know that it's you I need to take the blues away. Pre-chorus. It's attached to the verse. But because it's a separate section, there may be instances, there may or may not be in this song, but in any given song, the pre-chorus is kind of optional. So you could have a verse and then a pre-chorus and then the chorus, or a verse, pre-chorus, verse, straight into the chorus. So you don't have to always bolt the pre-chorus onto the end of a verse. Especially near the end of the song, we might repeat the verse and then jump straight into the chorus, or we might do a verse without a pre-chorus without a verse. It's very flexible. In this one, we've got verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, solo or bridge, and then back into pre-chorus, and then chorus. So we miss out the verse that time. The bridge is instead of the verse. Okay. All right. So we've done the first bit, the A minor, ninth bit. Okay. Let's jump onto the pre-chorus, and then we'll come back and finish off the chorus in a minute. Okay. Now, for the pre-chorus, we still want this kind of marching sense, this intentional, strong walk, like this. As soon as I wake up, every night, every day, 2, 3, 4. Okay, at least that far. We need this march, this strong walk to continue. Okay, E minor, you can do the three-fingered version, or the four-fingered version, or even the two-fingered E minor 7th if you want. As soon as I wake up, yeah, that'll be fine. So whichever one you want. Okay, 4 strums of each one, slowly. Okay, with pauses. E minor, 2, 3, 4. As soon as I... Now, can you notice I'm still using my little finger to mute the strings after I've strummed? Only do that if you feel confident doing it. It's a cherry on the cake thing. Add it later. Don't need to kind of start off with that. If you feel confident with your chords, then you can do that as well. Okay, so excuse me. 2, 3, 4. As soon as I pause, A 7th, wake up every B minor 7th. Now, when we get to B minor 7th, what we're going to do is bar all 4 strings in the 2nd fret. And because we're now barring all 4 strings, instead of using another finger to mute the strings, we can do what's called squeeze muting. So we can apply pressure to that finger, squeeze, as we're strumming, and then release the pressure. Have a look at this finger here, squeeze, and then release. Don't take them off, just release the pressure, okay? So I'll squeeze as I'm strumming. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And you see I'm not using any other fingers, but we get this staccato sound. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Okay, so that's a really nice way of doing that squeeze muting on the B minor 7th. Okay, where were we? from the E minor with pauses. 2, 3, 4. As soon as I, A 7th, wake up, B minor 7th, every night, every E 7th day. And you can do the squeeze muting with the E 7th because we're holding down 3 strings. Day. Then we've got this little rundown section: A minor major 7th, A minor 7th, and then D 7th. So this is just da 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 da. Okay, so da 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 da. It's got a kind of dramatic feel to it. Okay, so A minor 7th, first fret, A minor major 7th, A minor 7th, no fingers, C 6th. Okay, that bit, 2, 3, 4. I know that it's you I need to take the blues away. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so even when I was doing the A minor 7th, no fingers, I was still muting with my little finger. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so let's try that again from the E minor, and we'll go through the whole pre-chorus. Ready? 1, 2, 3, E minor. As soon as I wake up, B minor 7th, every night, E 7th, every day, A minor. I know that it's minor major 7th, minor 7th, D 7th, away. And on that D 7th, dum 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 dum. And we need the bass player in the band to go dum 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 dum, something like that. Or kazooists could join in at that point. We're happy with that, anything. Okay. Okay, good. Let's go back to the verse where we're going to have a look at the little sections at the end of the A minor 9th thing. So the first bit of the verse. I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I. Now here we go. It's G, C, G, 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 G sharp. Move the G up 1 fret. Really, you should add the extra finger just here. On the chord chart, so I've just put an X on that top G string, so don't strum it. But you can put your little finger up there. And actually, it won't. It's part of the discordant nature of it. If you did strum it, I'm happy with that. Okay, so half as much G as I do. C, G, da 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 da. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, and then back to the A minor. That line again, half as much G as I do. C, G, da 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 da, ba 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 ba, G sharp, A minor. And I never thought I'd feel this way, the way I feel about. Now, kind of same again, but slightly different feel, or slightly different chords this time. Instead of the G sharp, we go to the C and then the D, okay? About you, da 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 dum, da 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 dum, C, ba 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 ba, D. As soon as I wake up, okay? So, that, that's quite an important kind of rhythmic feature in the song. Bra, ba, 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 ba. Kind of gives us this almost reggae sort of sound. So when Madness did their version, Madness have got a kind of a pseudo ska nature to their music, and so that bra, ba, 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 played on the timbales maybe, bra, ba, 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 gives it that kind of ska feel, so kind of like semi reggae. Okay. Down to the chorus, it must be love, love, love. Okay, G, B minor 7th, C major 7th, and then we've got a C and a D tied together. C, D. I'm going to do D 7th. Just quite like that kind of nature of that. Ba, ba, but it's quick. Ba, ba. Okay, like this. It must be love, love, love. Here we go. Ba, ba, ba. And the reason I go for D 7th, because it sounds fine a D 7th in this, is it enables me to jump back to the G. Okay, so I've got the shape of the D7th, 2-finger D7th, jump back down to the G. So it's quite a nice shortcut there. Okay, again, don't tell your piano player friends because they'll thoroughly disapprove of the D7th there. But for ukulele, it kind of works and it enables us to get back to the G nice and quick. We don't want too many difficult chord changes that are going to make us panic or trip up in this, hopefully. Okay, so from It Must Be Love. And we've got a kind of dum chaka kind of feel in this now. So we've gone away from the marching dum 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 taka dum taka dum taka dum taka. It's like he's hopped on board, or she's hopped on board a car with a flat tire. Dum chaka dum chaka dum. That kind of feel, wagon kind of feel, cowboy strum. Dum chaka dum chaka dum. Okay. So chorus 1, 2, 3, G4. It must be love, 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 C, D, G. It must be love, 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 C, D. And then got the A minor, nothing more, nothing less, love is the best. Not very often that we go from a C major 7th to a C. That's a funny kind of resolve. But it seems to work in this song. And again, may not be exactly 100% the right chords if you pass it off to your bassoon player friend. They don't play chords, what am I talking about? It's piano players, they're the ones you've got to watch out for. They're very pernickety about the right chords and oh dear, anyway. Okay, hey, let's jump straight down to the bridge tab now. Now, if you're not really into your tab and playing riffs and things like that, then feel free to go back to the beginning and practice this again. But I'd encourage you to give this a go. The tab here, remember we've got 4 lines, and the 4 lines represent the 4 strings of the ukulele. So the one thing to remember here is that it's upside down, and tab's about 750 years old. So don't blame me. I wasn't around. So the G line is our G string at the top, and the A line at the top on the tab is our A string at the bottom, upside down. Now most of these notes are on the A string, and then there's 4 notes that are on the E string, the 2nd string up, so most of it's on the bottom string. It's split into 4 sections. You can see those vertical dotted lines that give us 4 little sections, you can see that the first 2 sections are the same as each other, so it's a repeat, and then the second 2 sections are a repeat of each other. Let's go for the first section first of all. Now we can split this into 2 parts, A and B. A is 0, 3, 7 on the A string. Now for that I'm using my first finger to hit the 3rd fret, bottom string, and my little finger to hit the 7th fret. Conveniently, your ukulele may have dots. This one hasn't got a dot in the 3rd fret, we'll forgive it. But there's a dot in the 5th and the 7th and the 10th. So 3rd fret, little finger in the dotted fret. And because this is quite a big jump, my advice to you is position your hand, your thumb, your fingers so that you're going to hit the 3rd fret automatically, and then look at the 7th fret, so that your little finger knows where to go. It needs a bit of help because that's a long jump from the 3rd fret up to the 7th fret. So look at the 7th fret when you're doing this. When you're just about to hit the 7th fret, look at it, and your little finger will be guided by your eyes and your brain working together. Okay, so position the hand so it's going to naturally first finger fall on the 3rd fret, and then look at the 7th fret to hit that. Okay, so 0, 3, 7 like this, and again. 0, 3, 7. Do that a few times through. 3, 4. 0, 3, 7. 0, 3, 7. 0, 3, 7. 0, 3, 7. Couple more times. 3, 4. 3, 4. Last time. 3, 4. Very good. Okay. And the second half of section 1 is 7, 2, 0. So now there's an even bigger stretch. So I'm sorry about this, but that's just the way it is. If you can do this without moving your hand, i.e. not kind of going 7, 2, 0, 7, 2, 0, you'll find it a lot better if you can position your hand and keep it still. Now that's quite a stretch, isn't it? Look at that. kind of that shape of the hand. It's not a beautiful thing, but that's the stretch that we want. Get those fingers stretched out, and even the middle two fingers, although they're not touching strings, they've got a part to play. They're like the stabilizers in kind of holding the hand in position. So 0, 3, 7, and then 7, 2, 0. Okay, so let's do 7, 2, 0. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4 again. 7, 2, 0. 7, 2, 0. 7, 2, 0. Last time, 7, 2, 0. Okay, now let's bolt those together. Slow it down a bit. 0, 3, 7. 7, 2, 0. 0, 3, 7. 7, 2, 0. And again, 0, 3, 7, 7, 2, 0. And again, 7, 2, 0. Good, and you can hear the melody there just changes between them. So that's nice. Okay, so that's one shape, is this kind of shape, this stretch from 3 to 7, and 7 back to 2, and the open string 0. The second section of the tab, we've got a repeat of that, 0, 3, 7, 7, 3, 2. Great, so that's halfway now. Now the third section of the tab, you can see it looks more complicated because it's on 2 different lines, and whoa, we jump up from the 3rd fret up to the 10th fret. So now we do need some more help here. And if you look on my ukulele here, I've got double dots. That's always the 12th fret double dots. And on a ukulele, you have a dot in the 10th fret. Funnily enough, on the guitar, you can see this. Here's the 12th fret here, double dots. And if we slide back to the dot before, it's actually the 9th fret, not the 10th fret. So ukulele and guitar differ where the dots are. If you're a guitarist coming to play ukulele, you may have kind of been caught out by that by now. So the 10 on the ukulele is the single dot before the double dot 12 octave dots there. Okay, the double dots are just to remind us that's where the octave is. Okay, so anyway, the first part, A, of section 3, 3, 2, 5, we jump up a string to the E string in the 3rd fret, 2nd finger. 1st finger is going to hit the 2 on the bottom string, and little finger is going to hit the 5. That's not such a big stretch as we had before. Okay, it's a lot easier. Now, just a quick trick with tab, and this doesn't work quite so well for the whole of this piece of tab, but it does work well for each individual section, especially if we split them in 2. So I always say with tab, when you're playing a riff or a scale or a solo, most of what we can play, most of what we need to play, can be found within 4 frets. We've got 4 strings, 4 frets, that's 16 notes. Well, there's only 8 notes in the scale, but there's 16 notes there, 4 frets, 4 strings. We've got 12 notes in total, A through to G sharp in our musical alphabet. So we've got a repetition of 4 notes as well. But all the notes we need can generally be found in those 4 frets, whichever 4 frets they are. Which means our fingers, we've got enough fingers to play most things without having to move the hand up and down. Now in this section, this bridge, we do have to move the hand up and down, but within a kind of a section of the tab, we can say what's the lowest number, and if there's a 0, you can ignore that because 0 doesn't really, it's just an open string, so you don't have to worry about where your hand is to play an open string. It's the same, isn't it? So the first section, the first half of the first section, 3, 7, so lowest number 3, highest number 7, so that is a stretch. And then the second half of the first section, 7, 2 and 7. Okay, so that's a really big stretch, but that's just the way it is. Section 3, the first half, we've got 2 is the lowest number, 2, and 5 is the highest number. And the other number we've got is a 3. So you can position your fingers already to play those notes. 3 on the E string, 2 on the G, on the A, sorry, and 5 on the A. 3, 4. Okay, so let's play that together. 3, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, nice and slow. 3, 2, 5, and again. And again. Last time, here we go. Good. And then we do our big move up to the 10th fret. So the second half, section B of the third section of tab, 10, 7, 8. Lowest number is 7. Find the 7th fret. Okay, first finger there in the lowest number. 10, which is our kind of a single dot before the double dots. So it's not such a big jump. You notice the frets get narrower as it goes up the neck. So, so what was a big jump down here, when we move up the neck, is not so big. So 7 and 10, that's nice and easy. And then we need an 8 on the string above. So that's kind of like the same sort of shape as we had just now, isn't it? 3, 5, 3, 2, 5. And we're keeping that shape, moving up to 10. Where's the 10? Yeah. 8, 7, 10. So it's the same shape we've kept there. Okay, but this time we're going backwards. Okay, 3, 2, 5. And then backwards. 10, 7, 8. Let's do the 10, 7, 8. 1, 2, 10, 7, 8. And again. 10, 7, 8. 10, 7, 8. Looking the wrong way. 10, 7, 8. Okay, so we've got 3, 2, 5. 10, 7, 8. 3, 2, 5. 10, 7, 8. Okay, so practice that. Let's string the whole of that together, and then we'll knock the tutorial on the head. Okay, so slowly and with pauses. Okay, so 0, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 0, 0, 3, 7, 7, 2, 0, and then 3, 2, 5, and then 10, 7, 8, 3, 2, 5, 10, 7, 8, back to the beginning, 0, 3, 7, 7, 2, 0, 0, 3, 7, 7, 2, 0, 3, 2, 5, oh dear, 10, 7, 8, 3, 2, 5, 10, 7, 8, and that's the whole thing. Okay, so it's good. Just one more thing to say, if you've got Andrew Molina thumbnail, then use that, that would be good, or fingernail. If you haven't, use your thumb or finger, or a plectrum. If it's a plectrum, make sure it's a soft, flexible plastic plectrum to play this kind of thing. You get a nice edge to it. Okay, so get a nice sound with the plectrum there if you wanna. Good. Okay, so go away, don't go away. Go and practice that some more, and see how you get on with it, and then maybe we'll play it in our playthrough tomorrow. We're going to do this again on Zoom in 20 minutes time at 11 o'clock. So if you want to join us, send me an email. Anyways, thanks for joining us today, Facebook and YouTube. Hope you've had fun learning something there, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.